Hi, this is Jonathan Trabilko. I'm the Director of Communications here at Holy Cross Episcopal Church, and I'm joined this morning by Brennan, our organist and choir master, and he's going to tell us a little bit about some of the field trips he's been on and is going on. Brennan, you just got back from Minneapolis.
That's right, Jonathan.
What were you doing there?
I was there for the Association of Anglican Musicians National Conference.
Okay.
It's normally held in June, and it gives people who work in the Episcopal Church, or even people that have an interest in Anglican church music, a chance to get together, sing together, worship together, learn things in workshops, and have fellowship.
Wonderful. What are some of the things that you did? You went to some services, concerts?
Exactly. There are always services. There's always an opening Eucharist and a closing Eucharist where the music and especially the congregational singing end up being top-notch, which often happens when you have a room full of musicians.
Yes, I'll bet. So you met a lot of old friends and met some new friends, I'll bet.
Exactly. I try to talk to as many new people as possible. And there were about 37 people who had never been to an conference before. We have a joke, when you have the AAM together, we're known as the Amish.
That's good. Good. Okay, so that's held every year.
It is.
In Minneapolis?
Not necessarily Minneapolis. It's held in a different city, and all the conferences have a little bit of a different character. Like, for example, this year, we spent one day at St. John's University in Collegeville, about an hour northwest of Minneapolis, and while we were in Collegeville, we got to worship with a bunch of monks at the Abbey Church.
Oh, wow.
We also got to hear an amazing organ recital and tour a facility where organs are made. Martin Posse used to have a company in Washington State, and recently he moved his company to St. John's University. So it's always fun to get to see pipes being made and watch an organ come together in a little something called an erecting room.
Wow, okay. Well, this sounds like paradise for musicians, doesn't it?
It sure is.
Now, you're about to leave us again, and this time you're crossing the pond and going to England. Just tell us a little bit about what that trip is about.
I sure am. I'm going with a choir that is under the auspices of Mid-America Productions, and what Mid-America tends to do is take a bunch of different choirs from different places and get them together to sing major works. So I am going to be singing under a man named John Rutter, who is well known as a choral composer of the late 20th century, and he's still been composing a little bit into this century, but Sir John Rutter, who got knighted recently, is 79 years old, so I doubt that he's going to be conducting much longer, maybe composing, but I don't necessarily know about the conducting part. And not surprisingly, he's going to be conducting a concert of his own music, and the major work on the program, in addition to 4 smaller pieces of the Mass of the Children, which was written in 2001. I got to see the Mass of the Children performed 20 years ago in the Research Triangle area, and I liked the piece back then, and now I get to sing a piece that I heard 20 years ago.
Wonderful.
I'm also going to be singing under a man named Keith Jones, who is the Director of Choral Activities at Converse, and he and 2 other conductors are going to be conducting some classical era works, 2 Missa Brevises. Missa Breve means short mass, and they're both by Mozart, along with a Salve Regina by Haydn. So plenty of music, plenty of rehearsing, and time to sightsee as well.
Wonderful. Sounds like a lot of fun.
You're
going to be singing in the choir.
Correct. And
you're going to be conducted by Sir John Rutter, maybe for one of his last times conducting.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Well, when Brennan gets back from that trip, we'll have another video ready for you with some pictures, and he will let you know how that went. So stay tuned. Thank you very much, Brennan.
You're welcome, Jonathan. Thank you.